Unless you're bringing me another round, you can just keep walking.
My days at the college are long behind me, but I prefer to stay close by. Spells and incantations for those with the talent to cast them. No. Gods no, not for years. I left Winterhold for some time, and returned to stay here at the inn. I still have research that keeps me busy, and being here in Winterhold ensures I have access to former colleagues.
If you've business with the college, you're welcome to stay here. It's where most of our business comes from. I'm afraid there's not much to be said. Winterhold is hardly what it used to be. You can talk to Birna if you need to buy anything. She doesn't have much, but could certainly use the coin. And then there's our little inn. Most of the business we get is from folks here to visit the college. Though even that's right. College of Winterhold just north of town. Hard to miss.
It's not like there's anything to do here but... Got any ale or mead? Yeah.
Just Ranmir beg a drink from you yet? He owes this tavern enough coin to burn it down, build it back up. He's had some troubles in his life, but I can't have him drinking here without at least paying back some of the coin he owes. Go right ahead. He just might be sober enough to listen to you. You mean the... Suppose it's the same answer either way. Winterhold's fallen on hard times, to say the... A few of us are either too stubborn or too crazy to go, so we do our best to make a living. It's not much, but very little money passes through Winterhold anymore. But if there's one thing you can count on, it's folks needing a drink now and then. We may not have as much to offer as Whiterun or Solitude, but we'll do what we can to make your stay a pleasant one.
Unless you're Who are you to say what I should do? I'll pay her back when I'm ready. You're right. What would my forefathers think if they knew I wasn't paying my debts? Tell Harren I'll bring her the gold I owe. All right, then.
If you're here for the call, thank you. He's not a bad man, just bad with his coins and his drink. I have a couple of Ranmir's things that he traded to us back when he was still paying regularly. I say you've earned them. See ya.
If you've business with the college, let's sate that appetite, huh? Well, Listen, I wonder if I could ask a favor of you. It's about Ranmir. Don't get me wrong, I don't have a problem with him. I just hate to see what's happened to him. He hasn't always been like this, you know. Oh, he was a different person. Happy. See, Ranmir was involved with a pretty young woman named Isabel. One day, she just disappeared. He turned to drinking. And what's left of him is what you see here every day. I'm not sure. I hope that maybe if she could be found, if he had some sort of explanation that maybe he could... I'm in no position to go searching for her, but perhaps you could. Until next time. Unlike some folks here in town, we have nothing against the college or the people that come and go. Don't worry about Nellikar. He has a permanent... at the inn, but he keeps to himself and he doesn't cause any trouble. Let me know. Sure thing. It's yours for a day. I'll show you to your room. Right this way. Let me know if there's anything else you... need.
I don't deal with any college applicants these days, so don't bother asking.
Unless you're bringing me another round, you can just keep...
Now here's a woman I'm glad to see. Oh no. Dagger's been talking at you, hasn't he? Gotten you roped into his little plan to fix Ranmir's life. I'll tell you what I told him. Stay out of it. It's none of your business. Those aren't folks you want to get tangled up with. You'll wind up getting yourself killed. Dagger shouldn't have said a word about it. I love the man, bless his heart, but he doesn't know the whole story. One night, Ranmir was in here like always, drinking himself to death. When I told him there was no more hunting brew, that he drank all of it, he got angry. He ranted at me, how I didn't know what he's been through, how Isabel broke his heart when she ran off with some thief named Vex. He said he'd even gone to Riften to try and find the bastard. I think maybe he was hoping they'd just kill him, and that'd be the end of it. Dagger never heard any of this, and I chose to keep it to myself. I'm only telling you so you don't get into trouble. Riften and thieves means trouble. Just leave it alone. No, there isn't, and I suggest you leave it at that. I don't want to see anyone get hurt over this. Until next time.
I'm just trying to... What? Don't you dare. Ever.
We may not have as much to offer as Whiterun or Solitude, but we'll do what we can to make your stay a pleasant one. Winterhold doesn't offer much, but we like... No, there isn't, and I suggest you leave it at that. I don't want to see anyone get hurt over this.
I don't... My days at the college are long behind me, but I prefer to stay close by.
Unless you're bringing me another round, you can just keep...
If you're here for the college, don't let the folks in town bother you. Just try and keep to yourself.
The mages don't let us go into college. They said it's not safe in there. Aster says his pa says the college makes lots of bad things happen, but the mages I've seen look nice. There's not many people left in Winterhold, so I only have Aster to play with, and sometimes he's mean.
Unless you're bringing me another round, you can just keep...
Can I help you?
I don't really know. This should come in handy. Here, let me show you a few tricks I've learned about buttering up royalty. People won't say it, but it turns out that if people think you're some sort of secret wizard, they'll let you get away with a...
Let me guess. Someone stole your sweet roll.
Please, someone do something. Cross the bridge at your own peril. The way is dangerous and the gate will not open. You shall not gain entry. Oh, forgive me. Most who arrive here do so. This is the College of Winterhold. A safe haven for mages in Skyrim. A place of wisdom. I am here to and if, in the process, presence helps to deter those who might seek to do harm.
Get going. What do you need to take?
Let's go. In all my years, I've never seen such a thing.
Welcome to the College of Winterhold. I am Feralda, one of the senior wizards here. I trust you found your journey to Winterhold not entirely unpleasant. Now, I must advise you that if your only purpose in being here is to complain, you would be far better off speaking with the Jarl of Winterhold. If, however, you seek something more, I will be happy to assist you. It is no great secret that we have been unjustly blamed for a great many things over the years. The good people of Skyrim, on occasion, would rather pass judgment than attempt to understand what we do here. Thus, we must take certain precautions in order to secure our safety. Perhaps. But what is it you expect to find within? Ah, the Immortal Plane. It is said to be the source of all magic. It would seem that the college has what you seek. The question now, not just anyone is allowed inside. Those wishing to enter, a small test, if you will. No, I'm afraid I don't know anything of the sort. No, I'm afraid I don't know. Excellent. The Flame Atronach is a vital companion for anyone relying on conjuration. I look forward to it. Much knowledge lies within the college. Well done indeed. I think you'll be a superb addition to the college. Welcome, apprentice. I'll lead you across the bridge. Once you're inside, you'll want to speak with Mirabelle Irvine, our master wizard. Please, follow me. Winterhold's glory days may lie behind it, but the college lives on. The college is an asset to Skyrim, even if it goes unnoticed or unappreciated. You'll need to speak with Mirabelle Irvine. Her quarters are in the Hall of Countenance, but she could be... She's the Master Wizard. You do well to remember that. We are the only group left in Skyrim dedicated to this. There are others who study, to be sure, but they do so in private and often in secret. No, not recently at least. We don't mistake that for... And most of us are quite satisfied with that. Certainly. Destruction spells, concentration spells can be cast immediately, though they're weaker. Good for a tight spot, and you'll also need to decide whether to devote yourself. Focusing solely on flame spells will make them more powerful, but you may find yourself at a disadvantage against folk. I can teach you, but I won't be held responsible for what you do with the knowledge. I believe I've made myself rather clear.
Yes, of course. I'm simply trying to understand the reasoning behind the decision.
You may be used to the Empire bowing to your every whim, but I'm afraid you'll find that Balmor received no such treatment here. You are a guest of the college, here at the pleasure of the Archmage. I hope you appreciate the opportunity.
Yes, of course. The Archmage has my rights.
Very good. Then we're done here. Welcome to the college. Another new student. I'm surprised at how many of you there are lately. Well, first you'll need these. While you're not required to wear them, you may find them more to your liking than your current clothes. I'll give you a brief tour, and then we'll get you to your first class. Are you ready to begin? Wonderful. Please follow me. And don't wander off. The College of Winterhold has been a fixture in Skyrim for thousands of years. The prominent feature here is the Hall of the Elements. It's our primary location for lectures, practice sessions, and general meetings. The Arcanium is located above the hall, and the Archmage's quarters above that. While technically in charge of the college, the Archmage's responsibilities often keep him occupied. Thus, I run the day-to-day operations. Now, if you'll please follow me, I'll show you the living quarters. Unfortunately, we've had to implement more stringent entry procedures due to some problems with the local Nords. We don't anticipate any real violence, but it never hurts to be prepared.
Enchanting services are one of the few things that keep us in touch with the rest of Skyrim.
Our newest members are housed here, in the Hall of Attainment. I'll ask that you please keep your voice down while inside, as others may be working on research or delicate experiments. Now I'll show you to your quarters. You're going to be sharing space with your fellow apprentices, who you'll meet shortly. This is where you'll be staying. This bed and desk are yours. Please try and be considerate of others. Now, let's go back to the Hall of the Elements, where most of the members gather for lectures and study sessions. After I finish showing you the ground, we can talk. Initially, you'll be learning from Tolfdir, one of our most esteemed wizards. Tolfdir is likely already addressing the new apprentices. Go on in, and if you have any problems, let one of our senior members know.
What you learn here will last you a lifetime. Several, if you're talented. You are new here, are you not? We have not spoken. Then allow me to introduce... I am Savos Arin, Archmage of the College of Winterhold. I am quite content to see nearly any aspect of magic but I do not and will not approve of any research or experiments that cause... Are we clear? I've seen documents dating events in the last several hundred years resulted in a significant... Not all. Some risks must be taken, to be sure. We also must make an effort to avoid worsening what Skyrim thinks of us. Purpose. Magic is a true power. It shapes worlds. The college is a place where we can focus on that, without the pressures of the Great Collapse, as it has come to be known. An unfortunate natural disaster that ravaged the area. The college fared far better than the city of Winterhold. No one is sure of the cause. Some believe the eruption of Red Mountain. I know there are some who have blamed the college, said that we were responsible. I assure you this is not the case. The Sea of Ghosts practically came alive. No one was expecting it. Monstrous waves battered the shore for weeks on end. Winterhold was ancient and weathered, but it couldn't withstand the sea's fury. Entire districts of the city were lost. The waves receded in time, but the damage was irreversible. Most residents of Winterhold. The college survived, and so here we remain. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Welcome, welcome. We were just beginning. Please, stay and listen. So, as I was saying, the first thing to understand is that magic is, by its very nature, volatile and dangerous. Unless you can control it, it can and will destroy you.
Sir, I think we all understand that fairly well. We wouldn't be here if we couldn't control magic.
Of course, my dear, of course. You all certainly possess some inherent natural ability. That much is not being questioned. What I'm talking about is true control, mastery of magic. It takes years, if not decades, of practice and study.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's get started.
Please, please. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Eagerness must be tempered with caution, or else disaster is inevitable.
But we've only just arrived here. You've no idea what any of us are capable of. Why not give us a chance to show?
Enchanting services
You've
are
been
one of the
quiet
few
so far.
things that keep us
What do
in
you
touch
think we
with
should
the
do?
rest of Skyrim. Is that so?
See, she agrees with us too. Why don't you actually show us something?
All right, let's settle down. I suppose we can try something practical. In continuing with our theme of safety, we'll start with wards. Wards are protective spells that block magic. I'll teach you all a ward, and we'll see if you can successfully use it to block spells, all right? Would you mind helping me with the demonstration? Are you at all familiar with ward spells? That's all right. I can teach you a very basic... Now, if you'll just stand right over there, I'll cast a spell at you, and you block... with the ward. Here we go. Over there, please, just opposite me. Wouldn't want anyone else in the way. Now, cast the ward spell and keep it up. You have to keep your ward up or else this won't work. Don't want to hurt you. Over there, please. Just opposite me. Wouldn't want anyone else in the way. Now, cast the ward spell and keep it up. Hold still. Excellent work. Well, I think this is an excellent start. I'd like you all to continue practicing with wards, please. I think perhaps we're ready to begin exploring some of the various applications of magic throughout history. The college has undertaken a fascinating excavation in the ruins of Sarthal nearby. It's an excellent learning opportunity. I suggest we meet there in a few hours and see what awaits us inside. That's all for now. Thank you.
You know, this is one of a very...
College is a bit of an oddity in Skyrim. Magic isn't something that's looked upon fondly.
Skyrim could not be more different from elsewhere.
Before you even ask, yes, I have an ancestry steeped in magic, and no, I don't want to talk about it. Yes, I know Winterhold used to be full of my kind, and no, I don't care that they're all gone now. Does that cover everything? I've just been asked enough questions. Forgive me. I didn't mean to assume. Not really. Just that it's very, very old. It was one of the first cities of men in so far. If only because no one is telling. I just want to learn. I don't want to think about what's expected of me. Didn't you know? Before the Oblivion Crisis, many elves called Winterhold their home. More visited the college from more. After, growing distrust of magic made life. Others returned home after the Red Year. Winterhold itself died in the years between then and now. What's left out there is a husk. Only the college really remains.
New here too, eh? I'd hoped I wouldn't be the only Nord, but I should have known better. Magic is shunned by most. If it can't be swung over your head and used to crack magic is seen as something for elves and weaker. No offense, of course. Well, look at the evidence. Nords generally don't trust magic, so it's not off to throw in the Oblivion Crisis, which was caused by magic users, and the troubles now with the Aldmeri Dominion, who are elves and magic. And finally, take the fact that the college is the only thing left standing after most of Winterhold was destroyed. It's all fairly damning. Not at all. My family was convinced coming here was a death sentence, or worse. It took years of insisting that this is what I'm meant to do. Until next time.
You are new, yes? Have you mastered the expert-level distraction spells yet? Ah, it is good to finally be around mages who may be able to keep up with Jizargo. Mages in Cyrodiil are all about politics. The Synod in the College of Wisp. Skyrim was not Jizargo's first choice, but Winterhold is removed from politics. There is much for... There is skill in magic, there is charm, and there is a strong will. Jizargo will be successful. Of this there is... Oh, the only reason you could disagree is because you are losing so bad. Oh yes, Jizargo hopes to find... Hopefully small things that fit inside pockets and will not be noticed if they are missing.
The local Nords may not like us very much, but they don't... You've come to the right place. I'd be happy to teach you. Well, there's more enchanting to be done. You can acquire whatever it is and bring it back here, and I'll take care of it. All right, be quick about it, will you? Here's the name and location of the client. I'm sure you can figure it out on your own. If you can't, perhaps Urag has a book you can read. No. I have enough to keep me busy. View it as a chance to hone. I'm sure you can figure it out on... My pleasure. All right, then.
Even with the college's laid-back attitude, there are still some things... Let me give you a bit of advice. You want to work on something that's not officially allowed? Don't tell anyone you're doing it. You need something you're not officially supposed to have? You come see me. You tell anyone that I told you, and I'll fry you from the inside out. Got it? Huh? There are some... Purposely killing your fellow college members is a bad idea. I'd advise against it. As for research, if you're going to need live test subjects for your experiments, it's easier to do that off of college ground. Shh. Meet me in my quarters.